Welcome once again to another week for your Serie A predictions. I hope you had a wonderful game week last week, and so we're going to head straight into this. Welcome once again to another week for your Serie A predictions. I hope you had a wonderful game week last week, and so we're going to head straight into this one. We're going to start on Saturday, Napoli versus Spezia. And Napoli being the home team here, I'm expecting Napoli to win this one. In terms of both teams to score, I'd say no. And in terms of a double chance, I would go ahead and say either team to win and both not to score. My predicted scoreline for this one, I'm expecting Napoli to win this one 3-0. Right, in terms of the handicap system, I'd go ahead and bet for Napoli to win on the handicap system here by a goal. Alright, and so therefore, these are my predictions for the Napoli versus Spezia game. Napoli being the home team, I'm expecting Napoli to win this one. Both teams to score no. And I'm saying in terms of double chance, Napoli or Spezia to win and both teams not to score. My predicted scoreline is 3-0 in favor of Napoli. Alright, 3-0 in favor of Napoli. And on the handicap system, if you don't want to bet the correct score, I'd go ahead and bet for Napoli to win by a goal. Okay then, so we're going to jump straight to the next game, which is Inter Milan versus Torino. Alright, Inter Milan versus Torino. The Inter Milan versus Torino. Right now, I have Inter Milan to do well in this one. Do well as in win this one. Inter Milan to win. Okay, and in terms of teams to score, I'd go ahead and say both teams will score. And in terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline for this game, I'm going to go ahead and say Inter Milan to win this one 2-1. On the handicap system, I would go ahead and say Inter Milan to win this one by a goal. Alright, Inter Milan to win by a goal, getting $2.15. That's really nice odds. In terms of number of goals, I'm expecting over 1.5 goal for this match. So recapping the predictions for the Inter Milan versus Torino game, I'm expecting Inter Milan to win. Both teams to score, yes. In terms of a double chance, I'd say Inter Milan or Torino to win and both teams to score. Predicted scoreline is 2-1 in favor of Inter Milan. On the handicap system, I'd go ahead and say Inter Milan to win by a goal. Alright, so we're going to head to our next game now, which is Sampdoria versus AC Milan. Sampdoria off to not a really good start, and so let's just check the league stand and see where Sampdoria stands. Milan is sitting in third. That is, well, they're tied with the team in second, but they're in third based on the goal difference, just behind Napoli. Sampdoria is sitting in the relegation zone on 2 points. Alright then, so we're going to head back to our head-to-head, and then I'm going to head straight into the predictions for this one. And the predictions for this one is that I am expecting AC Milan to win here. In terms of number of goals for this game, I am going to go ahead and say that we're going to have under 3.5. In terms of the main markets, head back to the main markets, and that may give you some more predictions. In terms of a combination, I would go ahead and I'd say either team to win and both to score. For this game also, in terms of the handicap system, I'd go ahead and say AC Milan to win this one by a goal. Alright, AC Milan to win by a goal, $2.37. That's really nice. Alright then, predictions for Sampdoria versus AC Milan. Sampdoria being the home team, I'm expecting AC Milan to win the game. And also I'm expecting under 3.5 goals here. Sampdoria or AC Milan to win and both teams to score. That's a combination bet that you could take. Handicap system, AC Milan to win by a goal. And so that's my prediction. Those are my predictions for that particular game, Sampdoria versus AC Milan. Alright, so pick either one of these predictions, or you can pick all if you want. As I say, I was encouraging not to put more than 3 or 5 predictions per slip, and preferably don't take them all from one. Alright, so we're going to skedaddle to our next game. And our next game is on Sunday. On Sunday, we start with Atalanta versus Cremonese. Cremonese visiting Atalanta. So let's see how Cremonese is standing in the league. Atalanta leading the league. Cremonese is in 19th and 8 points. They're just a step away from being at the bottom of the table. Alright, then this should be an interesting one on Sunday. And so therefore, in terms of my predictions for this game on Sunday, I am expecting here Atalanta to win. Both teams to score, I'd say no. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and both not to score. For this game, I am expecting on the 3.5 back to main markets. In terms of a handicap system, I'd go ahead and I would pick here for Atalanta to win this game by a goal. Alright, so recapping my predictions for the Atalanta versus Cremonese game, I'm expecting Atalanta to win, both teams to score, I'd say no. In terms of a double chance, I'll go ahead and say either team to win and both not to score. I'm expecting under 3.5 goals rather, not games, 3.5 goals for this game. And in terms of the handicap system, I'd go ahead and say Atalanta to win by a goal on the handicap system. That's $1.85. That's really good. Alright. So, and our next game on Sunday is Bologna versus Fiorentina. Alright, Bologna versus Fiorentina. Bologna versus Fiorentina. This one should be a close one, I believe. And for this one, I think that this one it could end in a draw, as well as Fiorentina might just decide to pick themselves up and might find themselves winning here. I say both teams to score. And in terms of a double chance, I would go with either team to win and both not to score, based on how they have been playing all season. And right, and in terms of predicted scoreline for this game, I would go ahead and say here Fiorentina to win this one 2-1. On the handicap system, I also take Fiorentina to win by a goal. Alright, $4.50 for that. Alright, so my predictions for the Bologna versus Fiorentina game, I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline, I'd say 2-1 in favor of Fiorentina. On the handicap system, I'll go with Fiorentina to win by a goal, as you can see here. Alright, where the highlighter is pointing. Yes. And we skid to the next game, which is Lecce versus Monza. Two of the newly promoted teams, so they should be used to each other, both of them coming from Serie B, and so they should give a good performance. They should be I think let's go end-to-end action, and because these guys won't be playing in Europe, they should give an end-to-end action. So I'm saying both teams to score here. And in terms of a double chance, I'd go ahead and say either of them to win, both score and either of them to win. Predicted scoreline for this game, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to select Lecce to win this one 2-1. On the handicap system, I would also go with Lecce to win this one by a goal. Alright, in terms of number of goals in this game, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to think that we're going to have over 1.5. Alright, the predictions for this game, Lecce versus Monza. I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 2-1 in favor of Lecce. And also on the handicap system, I go with Lecce to win by a goal. And also I'm expecting over 1.5 goals for this game. Alright, so again we're going to look for our next game, which is Sassuolo versus Udinese. We have quite a few games on Sunday. Alright, they have been pushed back because a number of teams here are playing in Europe. So that's what the directors for SERIE did. They decided to put most of the games on Sunday so that the teams can get a little bit of rest, that is. But they'll be back at it the following week in a week. Alright then, so let's head straight into Sassuolo versus Udinese. And the predictions for Sassuolo versus Udinese game. Here I am expecting this one to end in a draw. Expecting both teams to score. I'm going to say that we're going to have over 1.5 goals for this game. In terms of a double chance, I would go and I'll say either team to win and both to score. In terms of predicted scoreline, I say 1-all. Alright, number of goals, I say over 1.5. Alright, my predictions for the Sassuolo versus Udinese game, I'm expecting this one to end in a draw. In terms of both teams scoring, I'd say yes. Double chance, I'd say Sassuolo or Udinese to win and both teams score. Yes. And My predicted scoreline is 1-1, and also in terms of number of goals, I'll say over 1.5. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Sassuolo versus Udinese game. Sassuolo being the home team here in this one. And next we move on to Lazio versus Verona. Lazio versus Hellas Verona. Alright, Lazio not for the best to start, but they are doing well enough. And I think that they should continue here and they should handle themselves pretty well against Verona and they should win this one. Alright, I should win this one against Verona. And I'm expecting Verona to also get a goal. I'm expecting both teams to score, either to win. That's not a double chance to win here. In terms of predicted scoreline, I said 3-1 in favor of Lazio. On the handicap system, I'd go and bet for Lazio to win by a goal. Alright, $2.62 for that. Because Lazio is not clear winning ways, is it? Alright, so predictions for Lazio versus Verona. I'm expecting Lazio to win, expecting both teams to score. And in terms of a combination, I'd say Lazio and Verona to win and both teams to score. Predicted scoreline is 3-1 in favor of Lazio. And also on the handicap system, I'd go for Lazio to win this one by a goal. Okay, so those are predictions for the Lazio versus Verona game. And next we're going to go next to Juventus versus Salernitana. This is the final game on Sunday. Juventus playing in Europe. They get a chance to play the final game on Sunday. I guess enough rest for their legs. I'm expecting them to take this one here. Don't think it's going to be a high scoring affair. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either to win and both not to score. Right. In terms of a predicted scoreline, I'd say here I'm expecting Juventus to win this one 2-0. In terms of number of goals in this game, I'm going to go ahead and say under 3.5. Alright. So, my predictions for the Juventus versus Salernitana game, I'm expecting Juventus to win, being at home. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline 2-0 in favor of Juventus. And also, in terms of number of goals in this game, I'm saying that we're going to have under 3.5 goals in this game, alright? And so we're going to go to our final game for this game week, which is on Monday. And this game is Empoli being at home against Roma. Alright? Empoli being at home against Roma. The last 5, Roma have won all 5. Alright, so let's see if the dominance continues on Monday. Next Monday, that is. Alright then, so in terms of number of goals, I'm going to start with that. Over 1.5. In terms of a double chance, I'd say either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline for this game, I'm going to go ahead and say here Roma to win this one 2-1. In terms of the handicap system, I would also go with Roma to win this one by a goal. Getting $2.50 for that prediction. Alright. So, recapping my predictions for the Roma versus Empoli game. I'm expecting over 1.5 goals for this game. In terms of a double chance, I'd say Empoli or Roma to win and both to score. Both not to score, that is. Predicted scoreline 2-1 in favor of Roma. And on the handicap system, I'd go with Roma to win by a goal. Yes, so those are my predictions for the Italian Serie A for this week. And I wish you all best of luck. I hope you have a wonderful week and continue to earn and continue to do your best. Alright.